Yes. Welcome back to another one, another fun. It's the Koopa, the lead of the different three over here in Dragon Quest Land. We are back, fighting off our Coom demons. I hope that wasn't a bad word for the for the YouTubers to demonetize me. This is not a paid YouTube video, and that is thankful because this is one of those weird Japanese styled cutscenes. But I actually do love this area of the game, and for this podcast section, we'll be getting into that. The iceberg, the elements, and all that crazy nonsense of the world. We got some fun topics to ramble over today. But the basis of it is what to not share with people. What we should keep inside. What to keep into the darkness, to hide into the deepest crevices of your thoughts, and only give to the ones that truly matter to you, your true friends, lovers, and of course God. You got to give these to God because you're collaborating with the Creator for the world that you want. You have to do that in the wisest way possible. So to give you some wisdom, once again, the podcast Koopa is coming at your face. That sounded wrong. He's coming on your face. Yeah, that sounds way better. And now, I would let you know what, how, where, what not to share. So let's go. Basically, the first one we're gonna go into, and this is a little bit about the Ice Realm zone for me. I feel like these talks are just me and God. I don't care who sees them 10 years in the future. Sort of a time capsule sort of thing. But I'm using these to decompress, as my therapy sessions. So indulge me for a second here as I ramble on. But the first thing you shouldn't share is your weakness. Your weaknesses. Like, you should not share that. You should not share that. Which is why this is a podcast episode playing over this specific footage of a Japanese style craziness. You know what I'm saying? There are weaknesses displayed on full display for me, right now. So I have to, sort of keep under wraps. That's also what the Ice Realm is about. On the internet realms, first we had the Fire Realm, which is just in general, like the naughty bits, the spicy bits. Oh, this is crazy. But this is where the order is. This is where the industry is. This is where all the money comes from. Like 90% of the money from the internet, porn based. Like they have to struggle to find ads or places to not put porn ads on the internet. It's crazy. The loops are insane for the spiciness. And then over here, you get to the iceberg realm or the ice realm. You know what I'm saying? Where things go deep, things go forbidden. The shit that people just do not want to talk about on the internet. But if you delve deep, it's like, oh my God, what is going on here? How many people are lost like this? How many souls are trapped in these areas? How far does the obsession really go? And yeah, it gets deep. It gets deep. So that's what the Ice Realm is about. And I feel like this one is a huge weakness for me. Of course, we're not into discussing illegal shit in real life, but the internet has, infected me. And I have to realize, hey, I'm infected. I'm into weird shit. But as far as that goes, I'm not against those that are like me on the internet, of course. Why would I just hate them? I kind of just hate everyone in general. But I feel like you have to come to that realization and acceptance of who you are and what your nature is. Like these rabbit holes are just there. And because we're constantly going back to them, we're used to it. You can just constantly not go back to it. I mean, of course, if you go back to it once, you'll be right back in there like you never left. But you can make the choice to constantly not go back to it every freaking day, But it's like that thing. Like, you can't be mad at yourself because of what you are. And I feel like some certain, pockets of the internet that delve in these iceberg resources try to beat themselves up over what the monster they've become. I say we are all monsters. The internet has kind of taught me that in the inside we have all this animalistic instinct in us to follow this primal urge for evil that we all have, and it's somewhere people just control it well than others. And there's ways to control it by just not going in there every day. Like I said, you don't have to go in and just look at the demons and fight them head on every day. Because we don't do what's easy. We don't do what's hard. You know, we don't do what's fastest. We don't do what's slowest. We don't do what's the most efficient. We don't do, you know, what gets us there in the simple. We do what we always do. We do, you know, what we have usually done before. What the routine thing. You know, if you do the hard thing a lot, you're gonna keep doing the hard thing a lot because it's just what you did before. So we can. It's gonna take work, but we can build these structures. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people hide it well. But within all of us, the demons haunt, and then that's where these icebergs come in. And I'm not saying all of them are inherently evil things, but I'm just saying the rabbit hole runs deep on a lot of like seemingly niche and light subjects, you know, like even Nintendo games or whatever. You'll see the iceberg videos on YouTube, as you are, my friend, a deep YouTube watcher. I can tell. I don't know how you found this video. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just me watching this, but just in case you're the offhand in the ice realm, in the forbidden zone, this is my iceberg. So yeah, one of the first things, never share the bottom of your iceberg, your weakness, your inner aura, you know, your inner aura. You can make that an outer aura, you know what I'm saying? And you can delve it out in different ways, but you know, to the general populace, when you're walking around the street, you know, you don't give an NPC a random quest of your weakness. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking any of them, honestly. Like that's just not wise. It's not wise. You know what I'm saying? When people say, "Are you having a good day? You having an okay day?" You know, that's why everybody always thumbs up. It's a path to success, and we have that vision. You have to realize, man, we have to rise above, and turn our weaknesses, integrate them, and turn them into strengths. You know, the shame is really what's fucking us. That's what's really fucked a lot of our male generation, and why we're dropping like flies is because their solution to all the shame that they've given us is, oh yeah, let's shame them a little more. Racism is still bad. Rape is still bad. Being a pedophile is still bad. You know, like shame them more. That's what we should do. And of course, guys, I'm not saying, you know, the coddled generation should be coddled even more, but we really do need to love ourselves. You know, bring it to ourselves more. I mean, that's why they're all individualizing ourselves and why we're all being more separated. But when you bring it into yourself, it should not be for ego and to be like, I am better than you. It should be, let me combine and connect with people to understand why we are all fucked up. And a lot of people don't want to make these choices and these thoughts. This is a thinking channel. If you didn't realize before, you know, we do thinking podcasts. A lot of people don't want to sit down and have these thoughts. But if you truly get down to brass tacks, if you find someone who you connect with, you know what I'm saying, who you vibe and gel with, you may think being vulnerable and showing them your weaknesses will bring you closer together. But in a weaponized way, it's kind of, you know, breaking the world apart to see something and then on the internet and we're seen to shame and point fingers, because that's what gets us clicks. You know, it's so in general, keep it a positive vibe. Come in with kindness. And if someone shares those vulnerable things with you, then be kind to them, and then maybe you want to share yours. I probably, you know, still wouldn't unless you want to invest in that person and you're truly looking for a true friendship or a true love. But, you know, guys, you know, as guys, we only put people in 3 types. You know, you're ugly, you're hot, or you're my type. You're specifically the one that I'm going for. Unless you're a guy that's just, you know, had no luck with anyone. You know, I mean, you're just, goddamn, everyone just hates me. I haven't had that realization, but I feel like a lot of people just want something to like them. And the problem is, you gotta like yourself first. You got to like yourself first. I've definitely started liking myself very early in life, and it's still not an easy road. I'm not gonna say everything is fantastic, but you know, when you like yourself, it kind of just lines up. You don't need to think about a lot of stuff. But still, I like to think about a lot of stuff. So it alienates me from a lot of success. I block a lot of blessings that way. But inherently, that weakness I'm okay to integrate that as a nature. You know, I'm fine with that. I don't mind being alone most of the time. And as a matter of fact, I'm kind of looking for legacy more than family in the first place. I realized that very early on too, so I don't really mind, but I have to realize, like, it's time to lock in. It's time to lock in. So for me, for anyone who's truly locking into what they want, you know, these weaknesses are not for everybody. They ain't for the world, and it's gonna fuck you over if you divulge them too early, too freely. So think about it. Think about it. Another thing is the second thing we don't want to show. The second thing we don't want to share. Finances. Well, duh. Yeah, I know. But let me delve a little bit deeper into this. Your finances are kind of like, you know, like, let's go Dragon Quest, right? It's your gold in this game. And what do you use gold for in this game? It's to basically buy your way into combat freedom. Think about that. Financial freedom or combat freedom. If you have combat freedom, you have enough money to buy like a different dough board, car, a different, you know, weapon, job, and a different, oh yeah, different vocation as well, you know, style of communication. And we'll get into all these analogies deeper into the what am I calling it, the mysterious tower theory episodes. But equipment, equipment. So you know, friend group dynamic, family life, you know. So you get financial ability to form all that yourself. But the thing is, and this is kind of like a whole, oh, humans are evil thing, but you know, not everybody is evil, obviously. You know, obviously that is true. But and I don't want to say this is like for a lot of guys, because me specifically, I am certainly not like this. Not to just be like, I'm above you, but you know, just people are different. But if you give someone $100 on the table with an open hand, and you know, you're just like, it's there. Most motherfuckers are just gonna take it, you know? And it's the same thing with like attention on the internet, you know, or whatever currency social media goes, you know, the likes and stuff, you know, like that. People are going to take it. Nobody's gonna be like, oh no, don't like my stuff. You know, it's rare, but you know. And so when you open yourself up to that, the only thing that does is activate the people who are looking to abuse. Yeah, it doesn't do anything for people like me who are like, you know, I'm here for you as a person. And you know, I'm here to just positively impact. I don't really care you know, how that goes positively or negatively for your bank account. I have no bearings on that. It does nothing for people like me who are just there to vibe with you, you know, and that's who you really want to be around, right? You don't want to be around people who are just kind of like divulging how to abuse you. And so yeah, I feel like just in general, you know, why? I don't think it is ever needed unless you are like, you know, generally talking to you like you're a financial officer or something. You know, not even to like your girlfriend or anyone. You know, just generally not needed. Generally not needed. But you know, of course, it isn't always a choice. It isn't always a choice. If you want to use that form of status for, you know, Tigoon. Personally, I like anime girls better. But if you want to, go ahead. Go ahead. I had my fun. I had my STD, and I'm good. I'm good. You know, I'm in the double digits, so it's way more experience than I actually needed. And this is from someone who's just loved themselves and doesn't really like try. Not try, but you know, I come in with kindness every time, even if they're an ugly person, quote unquote. Because I do gain attraction for people the more I vibe with them as a general person, not really aesthetically. You know, aesthetically, of course, you get the first like 7 seconds, but you know, it's more like a tone feeling kind of thing. Yeah, I'm double digits and I'm super fine. So if you want to, if you don't have a lot of experience, I would actually recommend it because, guys, I would say just to be confident in our sexual nature, you gotta fuck a couple times, a couple different girls, a couple different, broads. So if you can't and you need money to do it, I would probably say just get a prostitute, make sure she's clean. But you can just fluff your wealth and get some random girl. You can do that. Yeah, it's totally viable. Don't feel bad for it. I'm just saying, don't feel bad for doing anything. Anything we can do to satisfy our urges, move through society like a responsible adult, sure, whatever. Responsible adult, responsible human being, responsible thing. I'm a responsible big kid, essentially. I'm a responsible 4-year-old. So, this responsible 4-year-old is going to the ice tower. We're actually not going into the ice tower yet. You can see it's right over there, but this episode is all going to be the prep for madness. Indeed. I'm prepared for some madness. Okay, so that's enough of finances. Those are the first 2, finances and weaknesses. The next one is your next big move. Yeah. Don't tell people about this. Why would you? I haven't told anybody about this channel, which is great. Now we have no news. Now I can talk about weird things. My sexual history, which nobody knows. I talk to myself. So I'll tell you. Anyways, next big move. Don't tell people this. Why? It's okay. So the first basic reason is when you talk about this, it kind of feels like doing the next big move. And then what you end up doing is not like completing a part of the next big move that you could have done like today or whenever or something. It just feels like your next big move is kind of like pushed back because you expended that resource talking about it. And that's the main one for me. I'm like, if I'm gonna like even think about mentioning this, I know that's gonna drive me to do it more. So honestly, I think about telling people all the time. About any move. I think about talking about my big moves on other channels on this channel. I think about that too. But I feel like just telling people in general what you're going to do, unless it actively benefits this specific moment in time, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You have to connect everything. And oftentimes they don't care. So if it's not connected and authentic like that, motherfuckers are just gonna be like, he's trying to get up, or he's trying to move somewhere and whatever. And people hate when you are connected to results. They just like seeing results, So for some reason, it's so disgusting to have no results and really want results. Like, you're in the middle of it. Ooh. And that's a general attitude of the grind mindset. And so, to get out of that a little bit, you gotta connect with yourself. Connect with why you're doing it. Connect with, the reason, the vision for your life is so hungry that you have to do something, and you have to go on this journey. That's what you should do with your next big move. And of course, there's the obvious reasons like, they're gonna steal my idea or whatever. But guys, I swear to you, the world's crazy. This shit actually happens. I feel like a lot of crazy things that just randomly happen in my childhood. Like we mentioned ideas of something one-off or whatever, and it kind of happens a little bit, and we're like, what happened there? Or funny things like that. I feel like that energy that you put out into the world, as in terms of like a beautiful concept, is taken in by something. I've mentioned this before, but the three entities of like life in general, relationships you have with things and people. You have yourself, and then you have the entity of the other, and then you have the entity that you form together in that energy and that dynamic and that relationship of an entire human person, right? So you have these 3 entities. And so if you form something in their world, and then they form something in your world, and then this idea becomes this third thing, it just kind of goes off and does other things, and it can come to someone, it can do whatever, but that idea doesn't go away. I don't think matter is like destroyed. So yeah, think about that, guys. Whatever relationship you form with people, it's still there. It doesn't die. That third little ball is still hanging up in their world and concerned to you. So that's kind of how I view it. And when you have your next big move, you don't want to leave something that big in their balls. You want to bust it out. Yeah. So don't load people's balls up. I guess that was weird. Anyways, moving on to the next one. Don't divulge the family. Yeah. I'd say. Is it weird to not have family drama in 2025? I think so. Yeah. I would, because so many people are just kind of going through it, and that like year of COVID year. Wow, I act like it was so minor. But like the COVID era kind of like made you come to terms with your family somewhat. It's like there was no choice, I know a lot of millennials were kind of kicked out or offered a chance to go out, or just millennials and those before really were like offered the opportunity to really like explore the world a little bit, and now the new generation, like Gen Z especially, and essentially anybody who grew up after me really did not get a chance to sort of explore and understand themselves a lot before kind of adulthood, I guess, and they're still kind of living with their parents, so there's always family drama. So I feel like you just like everybody knows. I feel like if you have a good relationship with your parents, maybe talk about that, because not a lot of people know about this. I feel like that's something I usually don't connect with or hear about. So, yeah, family drama though? Hell no. Don't share it. I don't care if somebody died, man. I really don't. Maybe I do a little bit. But yeah, the drama, the petty stuff, the oh my gosh, she did that and he slept with her and the family's going crazy. Yeah, I don't. No. I'll hear about crimes and tragedies through families, and it's just so unnecessary to divulge through like coworkers, through friend groups, like through Discord chats. Like nobody. Oh God, guys, so unnecessary to crash out. And a lot of people don't realize these are our family members. It's very easy for them to get back into our life in some way, or these people to be connected to them in some way. So it's not like you're safe. You are never safe. Which is why I say, don't talk to me. Gossiping is like a hella female trait, But if you have to, share it with a lover. Share it with someone who matters as a friend. But closed doors especially. Let's not bring it to the campfire. For sure. Another thing you shouldn't divulge is who you dislike. This is about gossiping too. Like, who cares if you don't like them, man? Even when you're around them, spread love. I come in with kindness first, and if I don't like you, I just give you more kindness. Fucking destroy you with kindness. I mean, why would I change that? Why would I change it? It's already my nature. It's already who I am. I like to be me on this thing and talk all, intellectually challenging and whatnot. This is a thinking channel. So I like to do that. But, yeah, in general, very kind person. I don't challenge people's opinions all the time and, put them in intellectual corners. Of course I'll say weird stuff every once in a while, but generally very cool, very chill, very chill. And you have to vibe into who you are, but you have to realize, it's very easy. And I'm not, judging anybody as far as like the difficulty they're playing on. Like, sure, you play Dark Souls, sure, you play Animal Crossing, who cares? We're both gamers. But it's very easy to choose the negative. That's what comes up in my mind first, of course. It's very easy to choose what to tear someone down with. Super easy. That's what comes in my mind first, every time. So in general, I think of like 10, 20 ways to crash out, before I even speak. Before I even decide, especially if I don't like the person, just chill out, vibe with them. See where they're going with the conversation, I'm open to anything. So oftentimes I learn the most from people I don't like. I learn the most from myself. You think I like myself? We're getting deep here. Yeah, you don't need to divulge that. And oftentimes I feel like these negative emotions that a lot of people dwell on and say, oh, it's so bad. It's just our opinions on it. Like, I fucking love depression. Depression, you can fuel it. You can use it as your energy, and be like, I fucking hate everything. Let me go in. You can turn anything like that, though. You can turn the horniness, the happiness, the excitement, the sadness, the anger into fuel. So, do what you want with that dislike, but don't just talk to someone who doesn't fucking matter to you, to the situation, about, oh yeah, they did this, and then they did this, and then they did, what did you do? What the fuck did you do? What did you do? What did you do? What did you do? I don't do shit. Maybe that's the problem. Anyways, I think we're about done with the list. I guess I'll give a last low, and the extra one might surprise you. I'm so stupid. Yeah. So I guess the last one that you should not share is your personal info online. Oh no, this is gonna be an ad for Surfshark VPN. No, I'm joking. But yeah, don't divulge like who you are on the internet. That's kind of why I don't talk about, like I said, this channel to people I know or whatever. Send out the link to a shitload of people. You gotta chill out. Especially online on different discords and shit like that. Sure, if people have questions, sure, if people have like opinions, don't hide. But yeah, be careful. A lot of people love collabing online. But the internet is a battlefield. Just like the world, people really aren't here to help you in general. They are here to help themselves to a bevy of love. But you realize the world is very evil out there, man. I realized this early on. 2011, 9/11 happened, but then 2012. 2012, that earthquake in Haiti made shit like actual GTA, and I freaked out. It's pretty crazy. And yeah, shit just kind of ramped up. It's like anime power scaling now. Like I remember back in the day, you hear about like gang fight, and you'd be like, oh shit, what's going on? You run outside and be like, they be brawling with fists, and now you get gang fight, you're like, we gotta go inside. These niggas pulling out gats and flipping shits, and they're throwing knives, and I don't know what the fuck they doing now. They might be throwing Hadoukens. I don't know, but it's ramping up, and everything is. And they're like, damn, man, the world's crazy now. We gotta rank up the price for housing because it's crazy to live in this place. You're right, it is. But shouldn't the pricing be low? What? I don't know. Cost of living hell though. Insane. America though is very nice compared to some horrible places. Like I said, Haiti is crazy right now. So yeah, the world is insane. And probably only gonna get insaner. I would say doing random things, something that really feels like, ooh, this is random, but I like it, has a benefit, and remember that benefit. Let's not act like, oh no, the world's going crazy, so I just have to think about everything and mull over everything and complain about it. No. Let's take some actions. Let's do some work, make changes, have some growth. And that's what I've always been obsessed with. I don't know if it's ever gonna make me $1 million. Who cares? I really don't care about the results. We just want to get more, vocational freedom. More freedom to learn more skills, to kill more monsters, to perpetuate the cycle. Indeed. Perpetuate the cycle. Oh my. What a life, my friends. I don't know where I was going on with that last ramble, but let's talk about some stuff you should share. Let's share these things with people. Of course I like to share wisdom, Love to share wisdom. If you love someone, let them know. What? Hello? Please let them know. Energy, if you have some energy, and people like energy, sometimes it's good to give it, when your energy is being reciprocated. Sometimes you want some back, right? Encouragement. I love, when people deserve encouragement and you're like, man, I feel like this person just could use like a push. It's good to share that. Come in with that. And then last but not least, your story. Good to share your story. Either the pain, how you avoided it, what pain you chose, how you protected your peace. Share your story. Oh, that's all I got, guys. Subscribe. We're going to the mushroom fields. And I'll see you next time. Subscribe, damn it. This is a good one. Okay, was it? Who cares? We can go together. It doesn't really matter. We can get there.
give it a try. You know that I love you, but no one else above you. We can get there, we can do it, try.